Hi friends, this is Madhukar. Continuing on with the mathematical expectation. In the second video, we shall be studying about few properties of the mathematical expectation. In the next videos to come, we shall be solving some problems based on it. Now, the first property goes like this. I consider a transformation which relates two random variables x and y. Okay, let me consider two random variables x and y. The relationship between them is simply given by the linear transformation y is equal to ax plus b. So this relationship between x and y helps me in calculating the mean and variance of the random variable y in terms of the mean and variance of the random variable x. Right? It establishes the link between the mean of y with mean of x and variance of y with respect to variance of x. So, but before doing that, I also need to prove the linearity property of the mathematical expectation. So here we shall be proving two properties together. One is for the transformation linking y is equal to ax plus b. Another one is the linearity property of expectation. So first we shall prove the linearity property of expectation. Right? It states that the expectation of a sum of two functions g1 of x and g2 of x is equal to the sum of the expectation of the random variables functions g1 of x and g2 of x. That is, the expectation of the sum of two functions g1 of x and g2 of x is equal to the sum of the expectations of the two functions g1 of x and g2 of x respectively. That is, I prove that e of g1 of x plus g2 of x is simply given by e of g1 of x plus e of g2 of x. It's almost equivalent to the linearity property that we prove, right, in signals and systems. So almost the same. Expected value of the sum of two functions g1 of x and g2 of x is equal to the sum of the expectations of the functions g1 of x and g2 of x respectively. So I have e of g1 of x plus g2 of x. Now use the definition. So this is given by integral minus infinity to plus infinity g1 of x plus g2 of x into fx of x dx. Another keen observation which we need to make is, while writing the expectation operator within the brackets, we write capital X for denoting the random variable. Here I have written e of g1 of x plus g2 of x, but please note that here x and x are capital letters. The same thing I am transposing into the integral sign. So within the integral sign. So within the integral sign, the capital X gets replaced by small x for g1 of x. Similarly, the capital X in g2 of capital X gets replaced by g2 of small x here. I am putting the same variable what is there within the expectation operator within the integral sign. But only thing is that g1 of capital X plus g2 of capital X in the integration substitution gets replaced by g1 of small x plus g2 of small x. So this is the very, very important observation which we need to make and which we need to write. So e of g1 of x plus g2 of x is given by integral minus infinity to plus infinity g1 of x plus g2 of x, entire thing multiplied by fx of x dx. It's a very, very simple property. Now split this into the sum of two integrals. Multiply g1 of x with fx of x, put it as a separate integral. Multiply g2 of x with fx of x, and keep it with another integral. So that's what I am doing. So this I can write it as integral minus infinity to plus infinity g1 of x fx of x dx plus integral minus infinity to plus infinity g2 of x fx of x dx. Now recognize what is this. This is nothing but the definition of the expected value of g1 of x plus the expected value of g2 of x. This by definition is the expected value of g1 of x. This is e of g2 of x. Both are added. This completes the proof of the linearity property of expectation. Now I shall come to prove this expectation relationship for the transformation y is equal to x plus b, because I shall be using the linearity property for proving this. Now also, another in the meanwhile, before we go on to the property, we also prove one another very, very important concept. Suppose this g of x function which I have, since suppose I have a g of x function, let me multiply g of x by a constant c and then take the expectation. That is, I shall take the expected value of, or the expectation operation of the function g of x multiplied by a constant c. Multiplied by a constant c. So expected value of c g of x is simply given by c into expected value of g of x. That is, expected value of a function multiplied by a constant is equal to the constant multiplied by the expectation value of that function. Let me repeat. Expected value or expectation value. I can use expected value or expectation both interchangeably. So expected value of the function g of x multiplied by a constant is equal to the constant multiplied by the expected value of that function, because c is constant. Expectation operation of a constant is a constant only. Expectation operation of a constant is a constant. So I have e of c g of x is equal to integral minus infinity to plus infinity. Use the definition c g of x into fx of x dx. What is there within the expectation operator? Just simply substitute into that integral formula. But g of capital X gets replaced by g of x. That's all. G of small x. Now c is a constant, so pull it outside the integral sign. So this becomes c integral minus infinity to plus infinity g of x into fx of x dx, since c is a constant. But what is this integral? This is nothing but expected value of g of x. Hence I have e of c g of x is equal to e of c g of x is equal to c into e of g of x. That's all. Very, very simple property. So two properties we have proved for proving the transformation property. Now I shall prove the expected value of y, which I am going to represent in terms of the expected value of x. Now I have got y is equal to ax plus b. Now let me take the mean of this, because I have to find the mean now. Obtain the mean and variance of y in terms of mean and variance of x. So let me find the mean of y in terms of mean of x. So let me take mean on both sides. So mean of y, I can represent it as my r mu y. Both mean the same, my r mu y. So that is equal to e of y, which is equal to expected value of ax plus b. Now by linearity property of the expectation, which we proved just 5 minutes back, e of ax plus b can be written as e of ax plus e of b. E of y equal to e of x plus b. This is given. Y is equal to x plus b is given in the problem. So my is equal to e of y is equal to expected value of ax plus b I have. So this can be written as expected value of ax plus expected value of b by the linearity property of expectation. Now e of x, this is of the form e of c into g of x, right? Where c is a constant, which we proved, which is equal to c into e of g of x. So this can be written as e of x can be written as a into e of x plus e of b. E of b is equal to b, because b is a constant. Expected value of a constant is constant. Okay. Expected value of a constant is constant. So I have a into e of x plus e of b, which is equal to a e of x plus b only. Now my is equal to a into what is e of x? E of x is nothing but the mean or average of x, which I write it as mx or mu x plus b. So a mx plus b. So my is equal to a mx plus b, or I can write it as mu y is equal to a mu x plus b. Mu y is equal to a mu x plus b. That's all. Okay. This is another notation. So this gives me the relationships between the mean and means of x and y. Now I want the relationship between the variances of x and y. So now apply the corresponding variance. Now I have got y is equal to x plus b. Take the variance on both sides. But before doing that, first write the formula for the variance of y. Write the formula for the variance of y, then use the relationship. A bracket is missing here. There is a printing mistake. A bracket is missing. So I have written that bracket here. So variance of y is equal to ax plus b. I need to have. Now take the variance of, define the variance expression for y. So I have sigma y squared is equal to expected value of y minus my the whole squared, or I can also write it as expected value of y minus mu y the whole squared also. The result would be the same. So sigma y squared is equal to expected value of y minus my the whole square. This is by definition of variance for y, for random variable y. Now put the definition of y in terms of x. So y is equal to ax plus b, which is given. So this becomes y is equal to expected value of y. Y is equal to ax plus b. So ax plus b minus my the whole squared. So my the whole squared, yeah. So let me write it. So this becomes e of ax plus b minus my the whole squared. I have shown another step. So substitute for y. This is bracket. So substitute for y. So what I get? Y is equal to x plus b minus my the whole squared. Now substitute the my value which we have calculated. My is equal to amx plus b. So ax plus b minus my the whole square. So minus of ax plus b minus of amx plus b the whole square. Okay, there should be no mistake here. I have substituted the mean value of my formula here. So minus of amx plus b the whole square along with ax plus b within the expectation operation. Now this can be written as ax plus b minus amx minus b the whole square. Okay. Now this plus b and minus b gets cancelled, and I am left with expectation value of a into x minus mx the whole square. So this is equal to a into this is minus. I have taken a common factor from this. Ax minus mx I get, no? B and minus b gets cancelled, and I am left with a and minus ax minus mx. I have taken a common here. So a into expected value of a into x minus mx the whole square I get. Okay. Now a, if since I am taking it constant, so this a is also under the whole squared sign. So this becomes a squared. So this is how I get. I get e into a into x minus amx the whole squared. So whole squared, if I expand, I get a squared into x minus mx squared under the expectation operator. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ax minus amx the whole squared ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, if I expand this, this would be e into expected value of ax minus amx the whole square. Now take a common and also include the whole square term. So this becomes e of a square into x minus mx the whole square. A squared is constant, so I can take it outside because constant is not bothered by by expected operation. So a squared into x minus mx, expected value of x minus mx the whole squared I have. So what is this? A squared into e of x minus mx the whole squared is nothing but the variance of random variable x. This is nothing but the random variable x is variance. So that's why I get a squared into sigma x the whole squared, or a squared sigma x squared. So for the transformation y is equal to x plus b, mean of y is simply given by mu y is equal to amx plus b, and variance of that is given by sigma y squared is equal to a squared into sigma x squared. That's all. Okay. So this is a very important derivation which we have done. So a we have taken common and included with the square. Don't forget to include the square. If you forget to include the square, it will give a erroneous result. ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಡ್ ಇದು ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎ ಆ ಕಾಮನ್ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರನ್ನು ತೊಗೊತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಎ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಚೆ ತೆಗಿತೀವಿ. ಎ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಡ್ ಡೌನ್ ಬೈ the expectation operator. So a squared into e of x minus mx the whole squared I get. So e of x minus mx the whole squared is nothing but the variance of random variable x. So I write it as sigma x squared into a squared. So this is the relationship between the variance of x and y. So we have proved three properties of expectation. Fourth property, let the random variable x has zero mean and unity variance. So mean mx is equal to 0, unity variance, unity andre 1, unity means 1, no? So unity means 1. So variance sigma x squared is equal to 1. So he asks us to consider the transformation y is equal to ax plus b. Again I have to find the constants a and b. I have to find the constants a and b such that the random variable x has mean mx is equal to 0 or mu x is equal to 0 and variance sigma x squared is equal to 1 or where x is equal to 1. He has given the transformation y is equal to x plus b, so I have to find the constants a and b. It's a very simple problem. This problem envisages on the utility of the formula that we have derived in the previous property. So y is equal to ax plus b means, so there is a relationship between the mean of y and mean of x, because x and y are random variables. There is a relationship between the variances of x and y because x and y are related. How? By this transformation y is equal to x plus b. So use the same approach. My, use the formula for the mean first. My is equal to amx plus b, right? So he has given that mean is equal to 0. So my is equal to amx plus b. Since by data he has given that mx is equal to 0, I write my is equal to a into 0 plus b, or my is equal to b because a into 0 is 0 only. 0 plus b is b. So my is equal to b I get. Next, variance. Use the formula for the variance. Sigma y squared, formula for variance. But what formula I am using? I am using the relationship between the variances of random variables x and y respectively that we have derived in the previous property. So sigma y squared is equal to a squared into sigma x squared. No? ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Sigma y squared, use this. Sigma y squared is equal to a squared sigma x squared. Right? Now, variance is equal to 1 by data. So sigma y squared is equal to a squared into 1 equal to a squared. Or taking positive square root, I get sigma y is equal to a. Sigma y is equal to a. Okay. Now put these values of a and b. I have got b is equal to my here. My is equal to a into 0 plus b equal to b. So my is equal to b means b is equal to my. LHS is equal to RHS means RHS is equal to LHS. Now sigma y is equal to a I have got. So r a is equal to sigma y. Put these values into the expression for y is equal to x plus b. That is, put the values of a and b which we have calculated into the transformation function y is equal to x plus b. So we get y is equal to ax plus b. Putting a is equal to sigma y and b is equal to my, we get y is equal to sigma y x plus my. Capital Y is equal to sigma y capital X plus my. So this is the new value of x and y in terms of a and b. That's all. This completes the solution of the problem and the proof of the fourth property which we have proved. In the next videos we are going to solve some problems based upon expectation and other such criteria. Okay, thank you. These properties are very important. Proofs are also definitely going to be asked, so please give impetus to this. Okay, thank you.